How do you think you'd fare if your job was to watch some of the more vulgar and violent images on the internet? We know how crazy those images can be. Would it stress you out? Take a look at this story. Recently, 2 Microsoft employees have filed suit against the company, claiming they've developed PTSD from being forced to watch sickening online videos and photographs of child pornography, bestiality, violent adult pornography, and murder. While Microsoft's online safety team decides if content should be removed or reported to police, both employees claim that the company failed to warn them about the dangers of what to expect on the job, and allege Microsoft refused to provide therapy. A Microsoft spokesperson disagreed with the claims. The employees say the job took a significant toll on their lives, causing nightmares, hallucinations, emotional breakdowns, and even a medical leave of absence. Additionally, both men say they were denied workers' compensation claims for PTSD. Well, we know there are so many things on the internet. I don't fully understand, obviously, the exact images, but clearly doing something like this could be difficult to process emotionally. What are your, I'm curious, first, legally, these employees claim that they were trying to get workers' compensation benefits due to PTSD, said it was they were denied. I'm curious legally if they have a case here.
Well, I was surprised that their workers' compensation claim was denied, because when I looked at the case, it reminded me of so many other first responders and cases where people work on jobs where they're exposed all the time to really horrific either crime scenes or think about medical personnel that have to deal with really horrific situations. And oftentimes they are able to establish that they experience some kind of emotional distress as a result of their employment, and they're provided medical care and other benefits. So I think there's something missing about the story as to why workers' compensation benefits weren't provided.
I mean, they did sign up for the job, though. I mean,
well,
they had to have an idea.
They didn't sign up for the injury.
Well, I mean,
sign up for the job, but not the injury.
To your point that there are a lot of dangerous jobs, traumatic jobs, and you go into it, and as a result, you may get
but that's what the insurance is there for.
Yes,
to provide for care if you're injured on the job. And the injury doesn't have to be physical.
He's
so
saying
psychological.
they chose to do that job.
Well, people choose to be firefighters. If they get burned in a fire, there's no compensation insurance.
Understood the nature of the graphic images of.
No, it doesn't matter that they chose the job. That you can choose a stressful job. That doesn't relieve the employer of its responsibility to provide you health care if you're injured on the job.
They provided mandatory psychological support. They provided state-of-the-art tools and technology to reduce the real ones, so they were blurred images. They're saying there are strict guidelines. They're saying that there was a psychologist on there to meet them, and they were required to meet. So they provided a wellness program and met the requirements and needs for.
That's the employer statement. That's their statement.
Well, but
they're free to make that.
You could also then argue that anyone who has any job in the country that involves difficult things, every person who works in an ER throughout the country, that every single one of us could just say, okay, well, we're suing our employers.
No.
I mean,
it's not about just saying it. If you have a verifiable claim, and if you work in an ER and you are stressed out because you see 9-year-old kids die on the operating table every day, that could cause you a degree of stress.
In this case, I'm going to take the opposing view, which is, let's just say this is your job, and you realize pretty quickly that you're not cut out for it. Quit or find a new. And I just have a hard time believing that you're gonna force someone in a room, lock the door, and be like, no, you keep watching these images. It just strikes me as
people don't have the opportunity always to just walk away from a job. There are people that have to work on jobs because they're poor, their families. So walking away from a job is not always that easy.
Look, I don't discount that one bit, but at the same time, the reality is, this is all he said, she said. There's a lot of claims that was forced to do this, forced to do that. And the fact is, these images are, I'm imagining they're terribly gruesome.